I've posted dozens of videos on this channel dedicated to Razer products, whether that's me unboxing them, making review videos about them, or even comparison videos. I've kind of done it all on this channel over so many years, as I've pretty much been using nothing but Razer peripherals and Razer products for my headsets, my keyboards, my mice, since around 2012. And over all these years, I've managed to accumulate quite a collection, as you can probably imagine, of all sorts of Razer gear. So today I thought, let's make a fun video where we kind of go over all sorts of random products that I've bought over all these years, products that you've probably never heard of before, especially if you've kind of just found out about the brand. By the way, I should probably mention, just in case there's going to be a bunch of comments saying this stuff, this video is absolutely not sponsored by Razer. I'm just kind of making a fun little video going over kind of like the history of Razer products almost, but at the same time just like what I've bought over the years myself. So if you guys want to come along for the ride, we're going to go back there into like the storage area and take a look at a bunch of the products that I've bought over the years. But one item in particular that I do still hold on to happens to be my Razer Naga Epic mouse, all the way from 2012, which I'm almost certain was the first ever product I owned myself from Razer that had RGB lighting. And it was a wireless mouse, a wireless RGB mouse, all the way in 2012. Let's take a look at it. RGB LED lighting has really become so much more mainstream in recent years. Not only do you have RGB LEDs on your mouse, you also have it on your keyboard, your mouse mat, your motherboard, the fans inside of your PC, even your toilet can now have RGB lighting. And you might be like, what? Toilet? Yes, this toilet in particular, if we kind of walk up to it, boom, it has RGB. Now, as we are on the topic of my first ever Razer product, why don't we open this thing up and kind of take a look inside and see how Razer packaging even looked like back in 2012. Well, if you look at the front of the box, this is how it looked like. The side was just blank. So was like the other side, mainly just like a little Razer logo there. And of course, multicolor lighting. I don't think Razer were even using the term chroma. Like Razer Chroma wasn't a thing back in 2012. At least I really don't think it was. Or it might have been, but it might have been like in its infancy or something, because this didn't even say Razer Chroma on it. But taking a look at the back of the product, this mouse in particular had 12 buttons on the side of it right there, a rather advanced scroll wheel with apparently 24 individual click positions, whatever that's supposed to mean, detachable 7-foot braided cable for wired/wireless operation for the mouse. And this mouse in particular did also come with a palm grip, a claw grip, and a classic grip for the side of the mouse. Because of all of these extra features though, this mouse in 2012 was, I think, probably one of the most expensive mice out there. So let's take a look at it, man. Let's take a look at the actual product packaging a bit more. So this is what it came in. So it came in this guy, and you would open this up. Now, I've opened it upside down by accident, whoops. So you'd open this up, and this is what you'd be greeted with. And oh my God, I still actually have the mouse inside of here. So this is the original Razer Naga Epic wireless mouse. Now, I wish I could turn this mouse on, but I know for a fact that it no longer works. And the reason that I stopped using this mouse is because it died on me. After 3 years of use, unfortunately, I think in like 2015 or so, the mouse finally gave up. And at the time when this mouse did actually die, it was like very heartbreaking, because imagine like using the same mouse for like 3 years or so. You get used to it, and I was really used to this mouse. I really didn't want to upgrade to anything else. I just really liked using this mouse, alright? And it did the job for me. It worked great for 3 years straight. But the mouse has an interchangeable side grip here. I'm not sure if I even have all of the side grips anymore, but I do still have one of them on the mouse at least. So you can kind of take that off, and there's a battery inside here that I think you can easily take out. There we go, I just took out Razer's 1100 milliamp hour mouse battery for their Razer Naga Epic, but you can just pop it back inside really. I wish I could turn the mouse on and actually show you the RGB lights on here, but unfortunately that doesn't really work anymore. But the mouse did come with a little stand too, so whenever you'd want to charge the mouse overnight, and once you're done using it, you would simply just pop the mouse on this little stand, and the mouse would end up charging via these little metal contacts right here. But yeah, that's my first ever Razer product, the Razer Naga Epic. Don't worry, I won't spend this much time talking about every individual item. This is just one that I thought was quite special, to me at least, and one that I kind of wanted to share with you guys. The first ever Razer product I ever bought, the Razer Naga Epic. If you're wondering what I ended up upgrading to after my Razer Naga Epic mouse died, this right here is the Razer Mamba wireless mouse, all the way from 2015, because that's when my Naga Epic died and I really needed to get myself a new mouse because I had no mouse, man. So this is the Razer Mamba. This time, in the product packaging, it does actually say Chroma full spectrum gaming. So, you know, by 2015, Razer Chroma was a thing. So that's another product I ended up buying in 2015. And as for all the other ones, well, for headsets, I have a Razer Kraken Ultimate. We have a Razer Nari Ultimate right here. When it comes to keyboards, I think this is actually most of my Razer keyboards, except from like one or two. My first ever Razer keyboard was the Razer Deathstalker Essential. It didn't have RGB, but I did buy it, I think in 2013 or 2014. And that keyboard just had green LED backlighting, no RGB lighting unfortunately. But my first ever RGB keyboard was the Razer Chroma Blackwidow V2, followed by, I think I upgraded to the Razer Huntsman Elite. Then the Blackwidow Elite came out, I bought that keyboard. Then Razer released the Razer Blackwidow 2019 edition keyboard, which was like a cut down version of the Blackwidow Elite almost, so I ended up buying that one. So I think I've ended up buying a total of around 5 or 6 keyboards from Razer over all these years. When it comes to mouse mats though, I think I've purchased at least 3 Razer Firefly mouse mats. I have 2 of the product packages right here at the bottom. The original Razer Firefly packaging, this is how it looks like, just in case you're wondering. So I had, I think, 3 of these mouse mats at one point. My mum has one now. I have 2 of the mouse mats here. Razer did end up releasing a V2 of the Firefly after many, many years. So we got the Razer Firefly V2 here as well, of course. And in more recent years, I think in 2017 or so, I ended up picking up the Razer Mamba plus Firefly Hyperflux mouse and mouse mat combo. This actually ended up being one of my favorite mice of all time. And ever since this came out and ever since I bought it, I refused to upgrade to anything Razer released. And probably one of the reasons why I didn't buy a lot of the Razer mice for quite a while, because I loved this product so much. It was essentially like a wireless mouse that never ever needs to be charged. Like I would never have to plug this mouse in to charge it or anything, as the entire surface of the mouse mat that this mouse would sit on was pretty much covered in copper coils that would wirelessly charge your mouse as long as the mouse is on top of the mouse mat, which was absolutely sick. And I pretty much ended up using this mouse for several years exclusively just because of this one feature. And personally, I pretty much only use wireless mice. And since 2012, I've stuck to exclusively using wireless mice. I never had any kind of wireless lag problems or anything when it came to my Razer Naga Epic. And that was in 2012. So I'm like, okay, there's no reason for me to switch to wired mode. Like wireless is doing pretty damn good, even in 2012. So when I upgraded in 2015 to the Razer Mamba wireless mouse, you know, I stuck to wireless. And I continued to stick to wireless mice after I bought the Razer Mamba Hyperflux mouse. But yeah, we got that mouse right there. However, nowadays I end up using 2 mice, okay? So I've got 2 mice in my gaming setup, and those mice are, oh, there's actually 3, my bad. No, there's actually 2 mice in my setup. Here we have the Razer Viper Ultimate Mouse. This is an ultra lightweight wireless mouse that Razer have released, and genuinely it is so damn good. And this mouse right here, this is the Razer Basilisk Ultimate, also a very, very lovely mouse to use. Both of these are wireless and they both work on the exact same charging dock. So what I end up doing is I pretty much swap in between these mice every couple of days. Whenever this mouse dies, I just mount it on the charging dock and I swap to the Viper mouse. And this kind of mouse setup ensures I always have a fully working, fully charged wireless mouse with me at all times. So I pretty much, you know, have no downtime. Even if I'm playing a game and let's say one mouse dies, I can just swap over to the new one without any kind of delay or anything. So I kind of achieve a very similar type of experience as with using the wireless charging mouse mat and mouse combo, the Razer Mamba Hyperflux thingy. But instead of the Firefly V2 mouse mat wirelessly charging my mice all the time, I just kind of dock one of the mice on the charging station whenever it needs to be charged. We have the Viper Ultimate, the Basilisk Ultimate. We also have the Basilisk X Hyperspeed mouse, which is like a cut down version of this. But this mouse in particular is actually significantly cheaper than the Basilisk Ultimate that we have right there. And this one offers some very different features like Bluetooth support and stuff. So this is more like an on-the-go type of mouse that you could use for like a laptop or something, or when traveling. Now I'd love to show you even more of my Razer product collection, as I do have a lot more items than this, but a lot of these items are actually with my mum over in her gaming setup. She has decked out RGB lighting all over the place too. I gave her a Razer Firefly mouse mat. I gave her a Razer Lancehead wireless mouse as well. So she has decked out RGB lighting in her setup as well. And there's also the Razer Kraken Chroma headset, I think, or the original Kraken V1 or something. And I'm pretty sure I ended up giving that headset away to my mum after I think Razer released like the Nari Ultimate or something, and I ended up upgrading. Getting back to all the other Razer products though, right here we have the Razer Chroma Base Station RGB headset stand. We got the Huntsman Elite Razer keyboard here, Firefly V2. Now, not only do I have a bunch of like Razer mice and keyboards and headsets and stuff, there's also this product right here, which to most of you, this might seem like just an ordinary like stainless steel cup that you drink out of, but this is actually the Razer Chroma Mug, the original Razer Chroma Mug. One of the viewers from this channel reached out to me, I think 1 or 2 years ago, telling me that, hey, they actually had one of these very rare items and they asked if I wanted it. And these things are not cheap. You can't even buy them on the Razer store or anything. They're pretty damn rare, and it's pretty much like a collector's item. So when the opportunity presented itself where I could actually finally get one myself, thanks to one of the viewers on the channel, I couldn't say no. I had to buy it off him. So I gave him an offer for it and he said okay. And here we are today. We got the Razer Chroma Mug, but not only do I have a Razer Chroma Mug, I also have a Razer Backpack. If you ever see me on the street, this is most likely what I'll be wearing on my back. We got the Razer Rogue Backpack, I think it's called, and I ended up attending the Razer London store launch event, so they ended up giving me some goodies, like this badge right here, so I ended up putting that on my Razer bag. Massive shout out to the guys over at Razer for, of course, inviting me to the Razer London store launch opening day. It was great. I attended it. It was so much fun. If you're ever in London, I'd highly recommend you check out and stop by the Razer store. It's really sick. They have tons of gaming PCs downstairs. You can play Fortnite. You can play a bunch of games on there and stuff. It's awesome, and the store on the ground level is sick. There's tons of RGB lighting everywhere, tons of Razer products. It's definitely worth a visit if you're ever in London. But apart from that, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Just a fun little video I kind of thought I'd throw together, talking about a bunch of the Razer products I've bought over the years and showing you guys a bit of the history of Razer products, like the Razer Naga 2012, when it had RGB lighting, even in 2012, man. Alright, I'm gonna get going. If you want to go check out any other products I featured in today's video, I'll try leave a bunch of links down below in the description in case you want to go buy some of them yourself. If you're interested in upgrading the peripherals in your own gaming setup but you're not entirely sure what to buy, I would recommend the products that I actually use myself. The Razer Nari Ultimate headset, genuinely just a very awesome pair of headphones. As for mice, I'd recommend either the Viper Ultimate or the Basilisk Ultimate mouse. Very good mice. Fantastic wireless performance, good battery life, amazing RGB lighting, especially on the Razer Basilisk mouse right here. Check this thing out, dude, it's sick. As for mouse mats, Razer Firefly V2, newly released, and it looks amazing. And when it comes to keyboards, I have to go with the Razer Huntsman Elite right there. But yeah, apart from that, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you in another video soon. Goodbye.